Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to make this video to talk about the 7 essential items that I bring on me on every trip going out of the US, and something I'll never take without. So, to get into number 1, the first thing I think is the most important is a cell plan that works abroad or internationally. And you can either use an eSIM or buy a SIM card at the airport, but for the most convenient way I found is by using Google Fi. And Google Fi is actually a great cell service because it works like, Verizon or T-Mobile. It works perfectly in the States, and it works in my area. It doesn't work as well as Verizon per se, but it's much cheaper, and it just, it still works. One of the best things is I pay $50 a month for the unlimited plan that also has international coverage. So you can change month by month of what you do. The cheapest plan I think is $25 for limited and then $35 for unlimited, but only works in the US. But if you pay $20 more a month, on top of your regular cell plan, it just comes with automatic international coverage. And when I've gone to South Korea, Spain, Peru, it's been able to work just simultaneously. I don't have to plug any phones, I don't have to switch to any international plans that cost like $100 extra a month or some crazy stuff, or I don't have to use an eSIM app like Aralo or Ubigi, and it causes issues, drains my battery. It works pretty well. And with Google Fi, you don't really need to go anywhere to sign up. You can just go into your app store. As long as your phone can support eSIMs, it'll work. So on to number 2. So you got your cell service covered, but what about foreign currency? You may say, I can just get it at my bank at home and I'll be good from there. But, sometimes your bank might not have the currency on hand, and it might take a couple weeks, and you might need that money now. So what I've found is it's really important to have a ATM debit card that works anywhere. Like me, I had a debit card that was with my local bank that only was in my state of Ohio. And it didn't really work when I tried to use it abroad. And I got calls from my bank being like, did you make this purchase? But of course it was a different time zone, it didn't work. So the best thing I have found is the Charles Schwab it's the Charles Schwab investment account you have to create. And basically it's like for a brokerage account for stock investing, but it also comes with a debit card that has ATM rebate. And that's the biggest thing is you can go to an ATM, select the local currency, it'll withdraw from your checking. The ATM fees, Charles Schwab will give you the money back, which is a great thing to have. And, it makes ATMs as competitive as, getting it from your bank or at the airport kiosk. Well, I found that airport kiosks can be a little sketchy and scammy. ATMs, most of the times they'll work. Throughout all the countries I've been to, haven't had an issue with this. And if something goes wrong, you don't have a lot of money in this account. Just have maybe $200, $300, and it's just having it separate is great. You don't have to worry about your finances being leaked. It's just better security. Okay, so the third thing I want to talk about is the passport case. So you may say, a passport, I'll just put that in my bag and I'll be fine. But for people that lose stuff pretty easily, I think having a passport case is great because it makes it bigger, easier to hold, easier to find in your bag. And some passport cases on Amazon, they have AirTag holders, which is a lifesaver. I'm also going to throw in AirTags. AirTags are great. If you forget something or, you put it in your luggage, you put it in your wallet, you put it in your passport, and you put in, something else, while you're traveling, you can have ease of mind knowing where your stuff is, even if you lose it or if the airline loses it. But a passport holder is just great. You can hold everything important in one spot. And then, so for number 4, this is honestly dependent on how you travel, but I've found that having a portable battery like this, the Anker 20,000 mega amps, I think that's, or milliamps. Yeah, I think it's 20,000 milliamps. This thing can charge my phone 4 or 5 times in a single charge. It's a little hefty. It's probably about a pound and a half, but it is literally the best thing to have. If your phone's dead, you're in a foreign country, you don't speak the language, you don't know how to get home, this is just a lifesaver. It's honestly a no-brainer to bring, and this does work with TSA regulations as well as most international airlines. This is the max you can bring. I do know on some airlines in Korea, they had issues with planes catching on fire, so they're very stringent on that. So do a little bit of research of where you're going, make sure there isn't any additional restrictions, but just bring a portable battery. It's gonna save your life. I mean, maybe not that much, but it's gonna save you some time and hassle. So, all right. And then number 5 is a portable book bag. I mean, depending on how you travel, you might like to have a suitcase. You maybe not be able to carry everything on your back, depending on your age and like physical abilities. But having one bag and a solid bag, like spend a little bit of money on a good bag, and it will save you in the long run because you don't have to worry about stuff falling out. Everything can be packed pretty compact, and really, I think traveling with one big bag helps you prioritize what you want to pack, and you don't overpack, and you're just with a big suitcase going through like a European street with all the cobblestone, and it's a pain. So I really recommend the Cotopaxi 42 liter Alpaca bag. That's what I use, but they also have the Tortuga 40 liter backpack. And why I stop at 40 liters is because that's where the carry-on stops. Like anything more than 40 liters, it's not considered carry-on size. But I mean, some airlines you could bring like a full hiker backpack that like covers your whole back. I've seen it and people are fine, but just to be safe, 40 liters. And honestly, if you don't want to pay for carry-on, you could probably get away with putting it under your seat for most airlines. And then the next thing, this is more of a niche thing. I have with me this OpenGL Barrel portable travel router. So it depends on what your needs are when you travel, but I found that if I have to do anything that I have to connect to my bank or anything like secure, I'd rather do it with my device hooked up to here or connected to here. Now basically it connects to you like a hotel router or hotel Wi-Fi, airport Wi-Fi, and then it can bypass or basically it acts as like a filter for the World Wide Web, and you can connect to it. It also supports VPN access, so if you're in another country and you're trying to like watch Netflix and it doesn't let you from a foreign IP, you can just use this and it'll connect as an American IP and you'd be fine. There are other uses for it. I won't go into it, but it's a pretty solid device to have. It's about like $70. It's a lifesaver. Definitely consider this. And for the last and 7th thing, this is honestly something I find really, really useful when coming back into the States, is Global Entry. Global Entry is a great program for basically skipping the line at customs and immigration. It does take a little time to sign up for it. When you have to do an interview at either an airport or border crossing. I found that, go into your local airport, you can get in pretty quick. But yeah, I enrolled for Global Entry. It's $120 for 5 years. And it comes with TSA pre-check, so you don't have to worry about long lines, and you don't have to worry about long lines going through customs. And I'll throw in a side note, if you plan on traveling through Canada back and forth either through the land border or through air, I'd recommend just signing up for NEXUS because it also includes Global Entry and it's the same price. You do have to get an interview at land borders, and it depends on where you live. I live close to the Buffalo, Niagara Falls border, so it's not too bad. But if you live in the South, maybe just get Global Entry. It really depends on what your needs are. I wanted to make this video because like a lot of my friends have been asking me like, oh, what should I bring? I'm going on a trip. Like, what are some things to think about? And I feel like the items I described, people don't really think about it until it's like it's too late and you're in another country. So I'm trying to help y'all out, and hopefully from this video you can take some good information and hopefully it will help you on your next trip. So with that, have a good one and enjoy the video.